Hey there. It is the 4th of December, 2026. You're joining Burnt Coal sometime in the late afternoon. And yeah, we're somewhere in the Carolinas in the great United States. And yeah, it's been I've been wanting to make a video. Uh, Excuse background noise if you're getting background noise, right? I've been wanting to make a video, of course, since I woke up yesterday and saw the news that President Maduro had been apprehended, captured. We saw the pictures. He's taken by the United States. And just hold on for a second. I've had to do a lot of calming down. You might have had to do, you might have been doing some calming down. You might have been doing some crashing out. It's been a weird way to process because, we all have to go on with life. We all have our everyday life. It's just one of those things in the news, but it's something that's like I can't look at that and then not think that the world has changed a little bit. Because, I mean, we don't just take another country's president and then this doesn't set precedent for other action. I don't know about you, but I lived through taking Saddam Hussein. And, he was who he was, right? But that's something where in my adolescence, I realized, like, why don't the Iraqis, like, fix their own problem? Or at least, like, their neighbors or friends. Like, why do we have, like, why is it my generation's burden to go over there and fight them, literally in armed conflict, to change their regime? I mean, it just like, that was something I went through in my adolescence. And if you're watching this and you didn't see Saddam Hussein with his giant scraggly beard and his kerfuffled hair being taken out of some hole, like it was a graphic video. I mean, but the whole Iraqi conflict was something that it was a blur. It was an absolute blur, and there was no sense that any politician or any person in leadership would admit that we did it for the oil or we did it to stabilize the dollar. You know, I showed you one prop. I brought another prop for the video because whenever I process like what happened to Maduro, what is it? Saber rattling. We're not going to not go to war. We're either going to go to war with Venezuela, we're going to go to war with Venezuela's one of their factions that try to take power, because that's another option too. Like people are saying, oh, the Trump is saying that the U.S. is going to be in charge. It's going to be the 51st state or something like that. I don't know. Greenland is supposed to be the 51st state too. But Venezuela, it's obvious it's for the oil. We're taking their stuff. We're taking their tankers. We took their president. And after I calmed down, expanded my mind a little bit, it went past me that maybe this isn't just about the war. Maybe this isn't just about starting something, an armed conflict with Venezuela. Maybe, just maybe, we're seeing the plot line just thicken, right? Because Maduro was in bed with China and with Russia. And who has been just our perpetual, like, everybody likes to scare and fearmonger about who our biggest enemies are as China and Russia. And of course, it's kind of a weird situation. This pushes more boundaries. They're already, like, China is already circling Taiwan, flexing their muscles. We know what Russia's been up to and what they're all about, and how Trump has been talking about them as friends. So this is kind of a weird thing to do to his bud, right? But just, geez, the I stopped and thought about it. I was like, what if Trump wants to be taken? What if he took Maduro so that somebody can take him? Vance can slide in as the vice president, all shifty. He can slide in and take over the seat of the president, and then he can unite the country over, we gotta save President Trump. He's been captured by the Chinese. He's been captured by the Russians. Meanwhile, he wants to get captured by the Chinese. He wants to get away from this country as fast as possible. With all the Epstein stuff going on, with how bad the economy is doing, with all how crazy he's just let the billionaire tyrants I'm not scared of saying that. They're billionaire tyrants. They all control of all of our systems, and who do they care about a little YouTuber? But geez, you know, my family name's Murphy, so I'm really gonna pause for a second. Okay, now let's say Trump gets taken in Cole's crazy idea, in Cole's crazy world. Trump gets taken, and JD Vance gets set up as president. That takes care of the whole Turning Point USA. Let's unite the youth because we got to have a military. And right now, our military has talked about how they're not going to be able to sustain the military with their recruiting numbers. Well, how do we pump up recruiting? Get the youth all jazzed about, oh, we got to go save the president. It's our mission. That's our. They've been looking for a purpose. With as crappy as life has been in the United States, the younger generation is looking for any kind of bright spot. And wouldn't it be awesome to go be the heroes and go invade China, go invade Russia, go invade whatever proxy territory they say that Trump is at, so that we go like Nigeria or something, Iran. It's just it sets up the precedent for our president to be taken by taking a president. That's what I came to. And then I started spiraling whenever I thought about how easy that would be for the bad guys to keep power. Like, really, there's no progressives, there's no labor party, there's no labor movement whenever now all the laborers are riled up to go to war for a justified cause, an American cause. It's, yeah, it's not, it could be saber rattling. It could be that I'm just crazy. I don't know. This is burnt coal and we're going into 2026. I've picked up lessons from 2025 that aren't really helping me right now to deduce what this is. So I'm here with you. We're going to make it through.